Ava stood at the gleaming water cooler, sipping her third glass of the day. The office hummed with the low murmur of hushed conversations and the occasional tap of a keyboard. Her eyes drifted over the neat rows of cubicles, each one a tiny bastion of focused industry. She was the queen of this beehive, her sharp mind orchestrating the grand designs that made their firm the envy of the city. But today, something was amiss in the honeycomb. A phrase had been buzzing through the corridors, a phrase she hadn't heard since her college days, when fan fictions and shipping wars had been the currency of the internet. The ship, the interns whispered, their giggles carrying a hint of excitement she couldn't quite place. Ava approached Phoebe, her stoic colleague who was as much a fixture in the office as the steel beams holding it up. Phoebe's eyes remained glued to her screen, her fingers dancing over the mouse with a precision that spoke of a brain that never stopped calculating angles and dimensions. "Phoebe," Ava began, setting her glass down with a gentle clink. "What's all this about the ship?" Phoebe looked up, the light from the computer screen casting a blue glow on her serious face. She blinked, the question clearly not computing. "Shipping," she repeated, her voice echoing the confusion in her eyes. As in transporting goods, Ava felt a swirl of emotions, from annoyance at the misunderstanding to a strange thrill at the idea. "No, not that kind of shipping," she clarified, leaning closer. "It's when people think two people would make a good couple." The silence that followed was like the pause before a storm, heavy with anticipation. Phoebe's gaze searched hers, unreadable as the blueprints she pored over day in and day out. Then she leaned back in her chair, her lips curling into the faintest of smiles. "Ah, I see," she said, her eyes twinkling. "So they think we should be sent somewhere together?" The room seemed to hold its breath. Ava felt a warm flush creeping up her neck. Was Phoebe teasing her, or was there something more behind that enigmatic smile? Ava's mind raced with possibilities, each more intriguing than the last. Ava couldn't help but laugh at Phoebe's literal interpretation. She decided to play along, eager to see where this unexpected turn of events would lead. "Well, not exactly," she said, her voice light with amusement. "But imagine if we were to be shipped to, say, the Bahamas to oversee the construction of an avant-garde beach resort." Phoebe's smile grew, a hint of curiosity playing at the corners of her eyes. "The Bahamas, you say? That would be quite the project. How would they manage the logistics?" Ava leaned in closer, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "They'd send us on a luxurious cruise liner, of course, with all the necessary documents and materials. But," she paused for dramatic effect, "what if we got stranded on a deserted island instead?" Phoebe's eyebrows shot up. "Stranded?" she echoed, the beginnings of a laugh bubbling in her throat. "What would we do for building supplies?" "We'd have to MacGyver it," Ava said, her grin widening. "Use coconuts for everything. The roofs, the floors, even the bathroom fixtures." Their laughter filled the office, drawing curious glances from their colleagues. The tension between them had eased, and in its place was a playfulness that Ava hadn't seen in Phoebe before. They spun the story faster, each one-upping the other with more absurd scenarios. From fighting off pirates to convincing a pod of dolphins to deliver their blueprints. The interns, who had been hovering nearby, exchanged knowing glances. Their whispers grew louder, and Ava couldn't help but feel a thrill of excitement. Maybe, just maybe, they were onto something. The way Phoebe's eyes lit up at Ava's ludicrous suggestions, the way their laughter seemed to sync perfectly. It was as if they were already on that island, building a life together out of pure imagination. But as the giggles subsided and they returned to their work, Ava couldn't shake the feeling that the real adventure was just beginning. The ship was sailing, whether they were ready or not, and she had a sneaking suspicion that the waters ahead were going to be anything but calm.